And the frogs now become a chorus. At this point, with a bunch of frogs becoming a chorus, the audience would be cracking up, of course, because this is so un-tragedy-like. It's making fun of tragedy, but it's frogs as a chorus, for Pete's sake. And the frogs say, brekekekeks, coax, coax, brekekekeks, coax, coax. And then they start singing. And so Aristophanes uses this onomatopoeic phrase to represent frogs croaking. In the history of Western civilization, everyone who has known Greek has studied these ancient Greek plays, including this one, up until relatively recent times. And this phrase is such a striking and hilarious one that it has had an odd impact on modern American culture. Around the turn of 1900, Stanford University, in their football games against the University of California, had cheers that were knockoffs of this. They said, "Give them the axe, the axe, the axe." And they said this because they'd been studying Aristophanes in their classics classes. They had to study Greek. In the East, Yale University actually repeated the phrase, "Brekekekeks, coax, coax," and then said something about how we're going to tramp the other guy's heads. So here you have football teams and cheerleaders quoting Greek plays in their athletic competitions. I haven't seen that happening lately. Just a little testimony to how the Greek plays have affected Western culture. I also should point out on a more serious note that they were able to do that because they studied Greek and they read the plays in Greek. I mentioned in the last lecture that it's very difficult, it's much more difficult to read and understand and appreciate the lyrics and the dramas of the ancient Greeks in translation. But up until a century or less ago, everybody did read these poems and dramas in the original Greek. It's only been in the last century that Greek has dropped out of the liberal arts curriculum, that it's no longer become a requirement for everybody in order to get into college and so forth. So the problem we have with reading and appreciating modern Greek lyric and drama in translation is a very new problem. Well, so Dionysus, dressed in his Hercules costume and accompanied by his slave Xanthus, cross over the lake into Hades, and there he encounters the playwrights Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides. And he gets Aeschylus and Euripides into a competition with each other. They have a furious row. They have all kinds of